channel, that is impact.com. In the IMTech, I'm going to discuss about how to set up GRE tunnel in between the Fortinet devices. I have almost completed the lab. In this lab, I have just added two Fortinet devices which are connected with each other on port 3, and port 1 of the port Fortinet is connected to my local Wi-Fi router. So basically these two interfaces getting the IP addresses from my DHCP server. So port 2 is basically a LAN for both Fortinet devices. In the both port 2, I'm going to add the IP address which is starting from 172.16.1.0 for the Fortinet 1 and 119.2.16.2 for the Fortinet 2, or the Fortinet port 3 of both the devices. I'm going to add the IP addresses which is starting from the 10.1.1/30 in that 10.1.1.1 will be assigned to my Fortinet 1 port 3, and 10.1.1.2 will be assigned to my Fortinet 2 port 3. Okay, so let's start this video. So in the video, let me almost my both devices boots up and get the IP addresses from the local DHCP server, which is starting in the Fortinet 1. It is the ending with 55, and Fortinet 2 it is ending with 55. Okay, so let's start the video. Till the time I'm adding the IP address in the lab, you can skip this video if you don't know how to add the IP address in the Fortinet device. You can go through with my setup. Okay. So I have the IP address. Let me log in my device 192.168.1.55 for my Fortinet one. I hope please. Yes, 1.1. So continue. So the device logged in 54. This is my Fortinet 2. Okay. So admin and password, which is so simple for me. You have to use complex password in the real life scenario, like in your office. But this is lab, so I'm just using 123 as a lab. Okay. I think there is some issue with. So let's continue. So this is my all interface. So what is the IP addresses I'm going to add? This is my Fortinet one that I have to use 10.1.1, 10.1.1.1/30. I'll have to enable the ping so that not required. This is my Fortinet one. Then I have to assign the IP addresses on the port 2. So basically, guys, I'm using the PNet, which give me more control. So manual 172.16.1.1/24. Enable the ping so that the user machine can ping the gateway. So this is Fortinet 2. So on the Fortinet 2, let me add the IP addresses on each interface. Now let me add the host name of the device and change the timer so that device keep logged in till the time we are doing the lab. Okay. So Fortinet host name Fortinet 1, and the timer which you can set, it is, we can add 400 minute, and you can set up to 480. Okay, I am using 17.2 version. You can use the most recent one. So let's go to the device system interface. Under settings, we have to define the host name of the device so that we can easily identify which device we have logged in. So this is Fortinet 2 and increase the timer of the device. So in your organization you might have the SED types of things, so you have to set up this particular thing as per your company guideline. Okay, so let me set up the interface of Fortinet 2. So as you can see, I have to define the port 3 IP address in this range. So I have defined root 1.1 at my Fortinet 1 port 3. I have to define 10.2 on my Fortinet 2. Okay. So 10.1.1.2/30 enable ping. Okay. Thereafter, I have to also define one more thing, that is my LAN interface 172.16.2.0/24. Enable the ping so that you, okay, one LAN user can ping your gateway. For us, this is our LAN PC2 and PC4. Now, so this is the basic thing which we have to perform. Now the second thing we have to perform to set up the GRE between two interfaces. Okay, so port 3 we are going to set up the GRE. So the basic sanity has been done, like assigning the IP addresses in the each interface. So let's continue the next step. So do that we have you have to log in via CLI either of your Fortinet device, because this option is not supported in GUI in version 7.2. Okay, so guys, so start. So this is my Fortinet one. As you can see, I'm going to set up the GRE. So first, to set up the GRE we have to configure the basic thing, that is like config, wait a minute, it's in caps, config system GRE tunnel. This is the first thing. Now we have to edit, like the edit what we have to define the name of our tunnel. So I am going to use as tunnel one. Okay. Now the basic thing which we have to take care. Number one, we have to first define the local gateway, local interface, and remote gateway. So for us, what is the local gateway? So I'm setting the GRE channel. So in the Fortinet one. So for this Fortinet, what is the local gateway? That is 10.1.1.1. What is the local gateway interface? That is port 3. What is my remote gateway? That is 10.1.1.2. For you, it may be the public IP addresses of your peers. Okay. So set local gateway 10.1.1.1. Okay. Set interface port 3. We are going to use, means we are using the port 3. Okay. Okay. Now we have to provide the remote gateway. For us, that is 10.1.1.2. Set remote gateway. Okay. 10.1.1.2. Just this is the basic thing which you have to perform under the config system GRE. Now in done. Now let's go to the interface. Now you can see one more interface, that is virtual tunnel interface. So that is like the tunnel one. So you have option, means you can add the IP addresses via GUI, web GUI. Either way, you can add the IP addresses via what? Means you can add the IP address via CLI. So config, for me the CLI is much easier. So set interface, config interface, config system interface. Okay. sorry, edit uh, tunnel 1, set. It is lagging a lot here. Let me add my CLI is hanging a lot, so let me add the IP addresses with GUI. So role you can define LAN, WAN, DMZ undefined as per your choice. So let me add the IP addresses. So this is the basic thing. Means in the tunnel interface you have to define the IP addresses in /32 range in Fortinet. So first you have to define the local IP addresses of your tunnel and /32 range. Then we have to define also that is the remote peer IP addresses in /32. So let me add what will be my GRE tunnel IP. So that will be around so let's add like 1.1.1. That will also work. 1.1.1. Now the peer will be 1.1.1.2/32. Okay. Now ping must be enabled so that we can check the visibility at least. Okay. So basic thing done. Let me configure the Fortinet 2 config system GRE edit tunnel 1. Okay. Now set the local gateway that is 10.1.1.2. Set interface that is port 3. Now set remote gateway 10.1.1.1. Now end. So this is a basic thing. Let me add the interface must be visible here. So yeah, you can see here. Means so the tunnel is configured. Now add 10.1.1.1.2. Now 1.1.1.1/32. Ping needs to be enabled. So this is we have configured. Okay. So let's check the ping. Ping. We are on Fortinet 2. Okay. 1.1.1.1. Okay. Execute ping is the command. Sorry, my mistake. Execute ping 1.1.1. So you can check means we have the visibility on the tunnel interface between the devices. Let me ping it from my Fortinet 1. Execute ping 1.1.1.2. So this is the basic connectivity has been configured. So now nothing else is pending for now. So if we want to configure something like so let's check the basic connectivity. Edit. Mm, the system is configured. My system is also at 10%. So let me take the access of my IP 172.16.1.2. 255.255.255.0 172.16.1.1. Now it is checking the basically the duplicate settings. Now the IP address has been assigned. Let me try to ping my gateway from my PC on which is connected to my Fortinet 1.1. So the ping connectivity has been established. So now let's configure my PC to IP 172.16.2.2. net mask is on class 24 172.16.2.1. So basic sanity again. Now let's ping my gateway, ping 172.16.1.1. One sorry, the 2.1 of my Fortinet. So it is pinging. So let me try to ping whether I'm able to ping my remote side or not. So that is 1.1.1. It is not pinging. There are multiple things that's why it is not pinging. So let me try to ping one more thing, that is ping 1.1.1.2. Is it pinging? It is also not pinging. The reason behind it means we don't have policy and route towards the destination. So let me add all of those things on my Fortinet firewall. So the first thing, the remote IP 172.16.1.1.0/24 and the remote gateway with my tunnel. Okay, I am forwarding this traffic via my tunnel interface. Okay, okay. Let me add the route on my Fortinet one. So to reach my Fortinet one to LAN 2 of Fortinet 2 172.16.2.0/24, forward it via the tunnel interface. Okay, that's it. Now try to add the policy here. Sources from LAN 2 from Fortinet 1 to Fortinet 2. Okay. Starting my traffic is coming from port 2, going forward to my tunnel interface. Source is my any miss from LAN, any user can connect, and destination will be. We can add the object here. I just. Oh my god. Okay, for now, let's start the edit all. All. I do not want to do the net. But for you, it is also may add by your connectivity. You can check whether you want to do the net or not. I want all the sessions should be logged. So this is my previous setup which I have. Let me remove this policy where we can have much more clarity on it. So let me add the policy here as well. So the first policy, uh, let me copy the name Fortinet 2 to Fortinet 1, which coming from the LAN, going to the tunnel interface. Sources, all destination, all services. All I do not want to do the net because this is my internal traffic. So I have the understanding. So let me try to ping. So now you can see now it is pinging. So let me try to ping 172.16.1.2. Now ping 1.1.1.2. It is pinging 172.16.2.1. So why this thing is not working? I'll have to discuss on another video. You can watch it on my website. So I'll be adding those links on this video. So we will be continue this video on my website. That is imtag.com. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Signing out.